Right, we are asked to solve for x and y simultaneously. And we're given 3x minus y squared plus x minus 5 squared is equal to 0. So there's a trick to this question. It may seem very daunting at first because one might look at this initially and think, oh my goodness, I've got to multiply this out and I'm going to have square terms. But there's something that you must remember when you look at a question like this. It's a bit of a tricky question, or there's a bit of a trick to it. And that is that these are both squared terms. So by definition, we know that squared terms are going to be strictly positive. They're going to be greater than or equal to 0, both of these terms. And in addition, when we add these terms, if we're adding two strictly positive terms, or terms that could be positive or 0 only, and they give us, their sum gives us 0, then they can only be 0. Because if I have this is strictly positive and this is 0, we're going to have a positive number. Or if they're both positive, then you're going to get a positive number. So basically, both of these brackets must equal to 0. So that means that 3x minus y squared is equal to 0, and x minus 5 squared is equal to 0. Okay? And then it's quite easy to take the square root of that, because if we take the square root of 0, it's just 0. So this becomes 3x minus y is equal to 0. X minus 5 is equal to 0. And now it becomes something that is a lot more palatable and something that you should be used to. Immediately, in fact, it becomes pretty easy, because immediately we have that x is equal to 5. There's not much leg room to be done there. So we get x is equal to 5. And that's our first equation. We can sub that back into this. We have y is equal to 3 times x, which implies that y is equal to 3 times 5, which means that y is equal to 15. And just like that, we are done.